Recon- Reconnect to the earth through the power of earthing for hormonal balance, sleep, and circadian rhythm. Earthing is the practice of being connected to the earth via the skin. This can be done through the grass, the soil, asphalt, basically conductive surfaces. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because we've been connected to the earth 24/7 up until very recent times. This is actually quite important because we know that we are conductive beings, right? So, for example, we know that doctors, they use EKGs or EEGs, electrocardiograms, electroencephalograms, right? And these are designed to measure the magnetic field of the body, the electromagnetic field. And like we can be electrocuted, so that's pretty obvious that we are conductive. Now, the thing with earthing is that it's brimming with something called negative electrons. Now, when we talk about free radicals, these are essentially unpaired electrons, and they need a free electron, aka antioxidant, to be neutralized. And the Earth is brimming with these free electrons. And it has been shown that we actually pick up these free electrons while being connected to the Earth. So getting antioxidants from the actual source is always going to be better than something coming from the outside. Even if it's high quality food, like that's great, do it. But the source is where it's really at. Some research done in the Journal of Everon Public Health showed that we readily pick up these free electrons from the Earth just by being connected. So let's get into the benefits. Number one is reduction of inflammation. This is in big part due to the influx of free electrons. And the Journal of Health Residents showed that people who are engaged in earthing practice have much lower levels of inflammatory markers, such as IL-6. Number two is improved sleep. And a study done in the Journal of Health Residents showed that there are 12 subjects who had pain and trouble sleeping. They were grounded for 8 weeks, and this setup that they had allowed it to happen with indoors. During this period, their diurnal cortisol levels regulated, and the subjects reported much better sleep as well as stress reduction throughout the day. Number three is hormonal regulation. A study done in the Journal of Complementary Medicine showed that thyroid levels were improved as well as nutritional status. Another study done in the European Journal of Biology and Electrobiomagnetic showed that participants also showed cortisol reduction. Another one done in Sage Journal showed that participants who were grounded for 1 hour showed much better mood and improved quality sleep. Number four is that improves blood flow. We know that earthing improves the charge of the red blood cells, which reduces aggregation and clumping. A study done in the Journal of Scientific Research showed that participants who were grounded for 1 hour had some infrared imaging done, and their blood flow increased to the brain, the face, and the torso. Number five is recovery. A journal done in sports medicine showed that the experimental group, which was grounded, had much lower creatine kinase levels than the placebo group, so a marker of exercise stress. So essentially decreasing the inflammatory markers and muscle damage from exercise. And lastly, the study done in the Journal Frontiers showed that people's performance for the next exercise was much less decreased in people who are grounded. So how do we actually do this? So I would say at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. That helps get the blood flow circulating around the whole body and get the benefits. There are also certain devices that do this, and earthing is usually referred to doing it on the earth, while grounding is usually in grounding devices. Now, real talk, most of these devices aren't very good. They kind of produce negative effects. Like with all these biohacks, they're kind of designed to replace what Earth already does, but since we live in a modern environment, they have their place and they can be beneficial. But the real thing is always going to be better, so keep that in mind. They can be patches, mats, sleeping pads. There's a variety of ways to do this. Like I said, be careful on what you get because a lot of them have low quality materials in them. They off-gas. But a good company is Ultimate Longevity. They do the right thing to get results. There are certain companies that make grounding straps and grounding materials, but because our shoes are rubber, so they're not getting connected to the earth. There are certain shoes that actually have you be conductive while you're walking in the grass, but most of them aren't really worth it. But ultimately, this is about getting connected to the earth. There are so many inputs that our body needs to be healthy. right? Certain things for our genes to be expressed properly for ultimate health. We got sleep, nutrition, exercise. This is another one thing you need to add in there. Sunlight. And this is about holistic health, really focusing on all things to optimize our bodies. Because when you do that, at the end of the day, we're going to feel better, we're going to live better, and live the life that we're here to create.